Hey, Masters of Speed, it's Terramaster, and he is curseof, and we are here to give you an actual mid-format tier list. I know we haven't done this for a while. We wait till the end of the format, but it was pointed out that the usefulness of that is kind of limited. So
Very true.
here's an earlier tier list that hopefully you can make a lot more use of. All right, are we ready for this?
You guys get like a whole month. Congratulations.
Yep, congratulations. Obviously, we can't do it any earlier than this and still be confident in what we're saying because we do need to look at results. And Speed Duel tournaments don't happen every day. So
I mean, we've had 3 major ones, so let's go from there.
Yep, yeah, this is enough results. All right, let's go. Kick us off with our first deck.
All right, unarguably, Cyber Angels is bottom of Rogue. No, it's tier 1. It's the best deck of the format. Like, there's no arguing this.
Yep.
It's if you're arguing this, then you're wrong. Period.
Yeah, exactly. It was half the top cut of the most serious tournament, and that was the one Konami main event we've had since the format changed with the new January Forbidden limited list, honestly. And
Yeah.
that tournament, I say the most serious because that's the one that has a $22 entry fee.
I mean, if, like, just for context right here, right? So there's an entry fee, like you said. Well, everything else is free.
Mm-hmm.
And in the other 2 tournaments, top prize is $50. Well, top prize in the Konami event is like about $800 worth of value.
Yep. So yeah.
Which one's the serious one?
Yeah. Big
You tell
deal.
me.
You're investing money. You're investing, if you play all 6, whatever it was, Swiss rounds.
A lot of time.
You're
A lot of
investing
time.
5 hours plus, right?
Yeah.
So that's where, like, okay, if I'm going to enter this, I better really, really try to win. That's where people go into that with that kind of a thought process. So, yeah. I can tell you me, for sure, if I enter Speed Duel League, I am definitely, for free entry, being a little more casual than I am in a Konami event. So,
Yeah, I agree. And honestly, something else I want to point out too, just about Cyber Angels, is that, like, I feel like this is the most oppressive deck we've had since Moth.
yes. Just because,
Like,
so many answers to it are limited in one way or
Yeah.
another.
Konami decided, here, all the answers, leave CAs.
Yeah. All you have left is Wall of Disruption, which it's pretty easy for the deck to play in a way where, yes, it hurts them, but it hurts them in a way where they're like, okay, and they easily recover 2 turns later.
Yeah, exactly. Plus, Izana can out wall if that's all you have.
Right.
But yeah, I don't think there's a lot to talk about CA. Go watch the other videos on Cyber Angels on the Team JDG YouTube channel.
Yeah, exactly. All right, that's all there is to say about that. Let's move on to our second deck. This deck is the top competitor to CA. It did actually take a top cut match against CA in said Konami event, and almost took one against me, but I didn't let that happen. This is Joey Beatdown. I'm gonna slap it right here in tier 2 because yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it's a beatdown deck, and Banisher's a good card, and it just plays good cards.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say, I mean, it's the second best deck because in a format where all the archetypes we have, none of them really do as much as Cyber Angels at the moment. So, like, a good stuff anti-meta deck like this is just naturally going to be the second best deck. Because, like,
Yeah, no, 100%.
that's all you have. I like to joke sometimes that our card pool is like 50 playable cards, right? So when your options are that little, kind of what you end up with is, let me take all the best ones that are good matchups with, everything else that I might see. And that kind of gives you like a very solid, very good deck. So, yep.
Yeah, I mean, open up Banisher, watch everything go to grave, and decks not be able to do what they do. Or watch everything not go to grave, and decks not be able to do what they do.
Yes. Yeah. Watch everything go to grave would be bad. All right.
Yes.
I'm glad you get this deck because you're the guy.
Clown Cave!
Indeed.
This is Crystal Beasts. Crystal Beasts, I think, still have a lot of potential, but nobody plays them.
Yeah, so we got to put them up here.
Tier 0. Easy.
Potential alone.
No, they lose a lot with the loss of Warrior Lady because you still do need Raigeki, and you can't just focus on. They're tier 3. I won't keep you waiting.
Okay. Thanks.
But yeah, they lose a lot with the loss of Warrior Lady, and you not being able to play like one copy of Raigeki or no copies of Raigeki because there's not enough CA players to just warrant playing just the CA answer. So you still need Raigeki, and Konami hit it for no reason. But yeah, it loses to both the decks above it more often than not, especially CA. You really have to open perfectly, which I did one time.
One time. I have seen this replay. Can confirm.
Can confirm.
You needed every single card you had, and you needed that card to be exactly what that card was.
Lose game 1, side in all 3 copies of Mind Crush, and just open Mind Crush Conclave.
Yeah,
easy.
Just draw Mind Crush. Easy. Best game. Yeah, no, it has a chance against Cyber Angels. It has a chance against Beatdown because obviously, like Curseof said, you have your Banish. I mean, you have your Raigeki.
Yeah.
To take
if you have Banisher, then you're basically, you shouldn't have any issue with Beatdown if you can deal with the Banisher. That's the issue, though.
Right. Yeah. You have your Raigeki to deal with any other monsters who are bigger than your monsters.
Yeah.
You have your Conclave to kind of make a lot more monsters as they kill your monsters, which is really good against Beatdown. Because I said this yesterday on stream, is that against Beatdown, any deck that can generate value, so any deck that can +1 by card effect, is going to have an advantage over Beatdown because Beatdown only +1s by battle.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah.
And then the only other thing I want to mention is you got to play Kaijus now. 3.
Yes. Because it's that's a meta call. You got to play Kaijus. It beats Cyber Angels. It actually is an instant out to Banisher, which they can't respond to. So, both of those reasons are why you have to play Doggerin. Don't play Santa Claus. Okay.
Please no.
Okay. I think we're ready for the next deck. This deck seems to never go away as much as a lot of people hate playing against it. This is Ratbox. I have to have it here. A version of it did top Winnabox. So, cool, I guess. Yep. It's still in Rogue. Yep. Good job, I guess. Yep.
It's here for some reason.
It just plays Hammerhead and Swordswoman now to adapt to Cyber Angels being around, because, Hammerhead can, without targeting, bounce a Cyber Angel. And
is it also a rat target?
Yeah, exactly. And then Swordswoman can, without targeting, do 2,000 damage if an Izana is 3,500. So, yeah, there you go. Cool.
There you go.
Not much else to say, right?
That's about it. It can do something sometimes, but still isn't that great. Wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah. Okay. Next deck.
Ojama OTK country tier 3 above CB.
Yes.
Yeah.
If it'll let me. Okay.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
It has more results.
Yeah.
It can just win for no reason because it's another OTK deck, baby.
Yes. Literally. It's just like bad Cyber Angels, essentially.
Yep.
And yeah, I mean, if you don't believe me, watch the finals of this week's weekly coming, I think, on the channel tomorrow or the day after. Yeah,
there you go.
You'll see the Cyber Angel and Ojama finals matchup, and yeah, that kind of went as you'd expect it to. Spoilers, but there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just it literally is like you said. It's just a worse OTK deck than CA, but still an OTK deck and still does it consistently enough to be tiered for sure.
Yes. And the Banisher matchup is bad. However, because of the field spell you start with, even an Ojama can kill a Banisher, which is really
literally
funny.
I love it.
Yeah, so you do have outs to the Banisher, which is a problem for you. So that's something to keep in mind, that it's not like a instant loss to Banisher. However, it's still pretty tough when they get Banisher plus like 2 back row. So it's still not. So the point is, it doesn't match up great with the 2 decks above it. So
yeah,
that's kind of the problem. It's okay against everything else.
Yeah, I completely agree. It does beat Crystal Beast as well.
Yep. All right, we're up to Relinquished, because Relinquished is the deck. I'm getting all these that never go away.
Never goes away.
It's
never.
It's gonna stay in Rogue.
Yeah.
It had a couple tops, including in the Konami event. So that
Yep.
pushes it above the Rat Box, which didn't do well in the Konami event.
Yep.
So yeah, always sees representation too. There's always someone on it. And it always manages to get one top, and if there's a top 8 in a big enough event. So there it is.
Yeah, I mean it's always a decent deck. It has win cons. It can do good if it doesn't brick. It can beat Cyber Angels, which is very important.
Yes.
And yeah, but it still bricks, and it still can't be good because it ever becomes good. It has like a lot of very easy counters.
Yes.
And it's just here. I think it'll always be here. You can always play Relinquished until we get like really far into the power creep, if we make it that far.
Yes. Yeah. I do have a theory that Relinquished was part of what stopped all the Cyber Angels players from topping, or at least some of them. It is a bad matchup for them if it draws even like semi well. And I'm sure even the Relinquished players, I'm not going to go look right now. We're siding a little bit to make the Cyber Angel matchup even stronger after game 1.
All right, hold up. We'll go look. Keep talking.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure they were citing something to make the Cyber Angel matchup even stronger after game 1. So that is probably what happened, or part of what happened in Swiss, is that there's this random bad matchup running around. I think it's
top
just
4 is maining triple Floodgate and then siding 2 Mind Crush and Golem. So
yeah, there you go. Yeah, the Lava Golem is huge because against Relinquished, you can't play around Lava Golem. I think if you're the Cyber Angel player, you have to go maximum pressure, right?
Yeah.
But they got Sphere Karibo, they survived,
Yep.
and now they sided into Lava Golem. You basically lost at that point, right? So just bad matchup, Sphere Karibo plus Lava Golem plus their core strategy, which is Relinquished, can basically trade with your Izana. And then if you have the loop set up, again, that's just a win con, right? Whereas
exactly.
those same tricks don't work against any other deck on this list, which is why Relinquish will probably never get like first place. Because you'll lose to Banisher, you'll lose to Conclave, you'll even lose to Raigeki sometimes, depending on the situation. You will lose to Creature Swap, which Ojama plays, right? So it's just bad against literally everything else we've talked about, but not CAs. So that's kind of the only edge it has.
Yeah, completely, 100%. Always top of Rogue.
Always. Never gonna lose.
Then we have the Nikki special.
The Nikki special, yes.
The only deck to win besides Cyber Angels this format, and actually won more times than Cyber Angels this format.
Right, yes.
This is tier 3.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And
this is Trap Monsters.
Yes.
It's something.
I mean, I think the reason for it being tier 3 is, yes, it got first, but I think Nikki was like the only, or one of like the 2 or 3 only representations at both events.
Yeah.
And those were both free events. Nobody even played it in the Konami event, which is why I joked like, Odeon might be the best deck and Konami doesn't even know it exists. It's actually not.
No, definitely not.
No. Okay. Glad we're
But
that.
Yeah. It's one big thing for Odeon, I'll say, is that a lot of people have kind of strayed a bit from Jinzo as of recently because Joey's been running around so much. So everyone's like, well, surely traps aren't real. Traps don't exist, which kind of gives like a bit of an opening for Odeon to kind of sneak in there. You know, Cyber Angels isn't going to be on traps or on Jinzo. And then you have like other beatdown decks. And this kind of is just like a Joey beatdown in a way. You're still playing Banisher and you have just a bunch of big monsters. You can actually gain advantage without just running over things because of your skill.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It has a good matchup with Joey because it plays staples with the ability to gain advantage, like you said.
Yeah.
It has a chance against Cyber Angels because if you can survive long enough, you might be able to outvalue them. However, that is a big if.
I mean, you have, like, obviously the sideboard, because everyone's siding for CAs, even if it isn't running around as much as it should be, right?
Yes.
And then you have, like, Banisher, like I said. They're actually running Warrior Lady because they have the room for it.
Yeah.
So you do have answers, and then you just have, hey, I won with Zoma, which happens sometimes as well.
Yeah, no, that does. Yeah, so it's just... That's why it's top of tier 3, because it's good, but it is definitely a tier below even Joey.
Yeah, 100%.
So that's... But it's fine. Like, if you don't want to play CAs or Joey because those decks don't appeal to you, then this is probably the go-to, I would say, if you're looking to have the highest win rate without playing the top 2 decks. But,
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
yeah. All right, let's go on here. Volcanic is another deck that I wish would go away until...
Volcanic.
Volcanic, indeed. All right, we're putting this in tier 3, but I want you to tell me where it goes.
I would drop it right there, right above Clown Cave, but right below Ojama.
Yeah, I agree. The set took a surprisingly big hit from the new list.
A bit of an indirect hit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone wanted Ladybug to be the one that was put on the list, but actually Floodgate and Wheel being put on the list, or put further on the list, let's call it,
Yes.
hurt this deck more than most people expected. So that's kind of what causes the demotion here from what used to be a tier 1 deck.
Yeah, I mean, you took, like you said, you took Floodgate, stuck it into the same group as Warrior Lady, and said this deck doesn't really have a CA answer anymore.
Yeah, it has a maximum.
Becomes a lot more difficult.
Yeah, it has a maximum of 3 total CA answers.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is really hard to deal with. You would still hesitate to play Wall, in my opinion, because Joey is still everywhere. So, there's your problem, right? Planning for 2 decks that you need like opposite cards to counter isn't something you want to be having to do. So, anything else to say about Volcanics?
No, I think that pretty much covers everything.
All right, then it's time for our final deck.
It came out of nowhere.
It did. It really did. It really did.
We have another rogue deck to add to the mix here.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah,
right in the middle.
Beautiful, beautiful. This is Unions, not David Unions.
No.
Don't play David. Stop. This is Unions. Yeah, I mean, Unions, if you open Hanger, you can still pop off. You still have Return from the Different Dimension, which is a great card. And
you mean Scramble?
No, Return from the Different Dimension.
Oh, okay. Sure. Yeah, definitely.
We have Return from the Different Dimension at home.
Yeah, we do. That's true.
Exactly. But yeah, no, overall it still does what it used to do. Maybe not as good, but it still does do it.
Yeah. It's fine. It just costs an extra card to do what you used to be able to do, right? So you have to maybe be a little more conservative with how you use your skill, but it just forces you to play a little different.
Yeah, for sure.
You still kind of do what you do. You might just need an extra resource before you do it than you did before. So
yeah,
I mean, that's the reason why it's not tier 2 and why it's way down here. Is that the -1 is actually a big deal.
-1 is super huge, and it puts it back in the deck, not into the grave for fuel for the skill.
Yeah.
Not that would make it like a lot better, but would still give it something.
Yes.
But no, we actually just put it back in the deck. We just tuck it back in there.
Yeah, not even a discard cost, just significantly worse than that. So
for sure.
All right.
And yeah,
that's it. That's a tier list.
Enjoy, everybody. Go take CA and win tournaments.
Yeah, no, literally, because even people watching this video aren't going to listen and aren't going to play CA. So if you do, you probably have an advantage right there. I will say that there's a lot of fun CA mirror planning, but I tell you, planning for the CA mirror is a lot more fun than actually playing the CA mirror.
Yeah.
So if a lot of people do start playing it, get ready for some pretty boring mirror matches.
Very slow. Yeah. You take a fast deck and you turn it into stall match.
Yeah, literally, because the best play in the mirror is to put Izana in defense mode and then just wait until you have the counter to whatever your opponent's doing.
Yep.
So yeah, that's not fun at all. But you can do that if that's your thing. Okay.
If you don't run into the mirror, you beat everything else. So go for it.
Yeah, probably you will beat everything else. So go play Cyber Angels, have some fun. Do some combos, because definitely Speed Duels, the future is combo decks, right?
Surely.
Surely. All right, before we start coping too hard, I'm going to end the video. Thank you for watching the tier list. Curseof's channel, if it ever comes back, will be in the description below. One day. And we will see you again for a tier list, maybe at the end of the format, unless literally nothing changes. So if you don't see us until after Shadowbox releases, that means that nothing changed in this format.
Come back to this video.
Come back to literally just come back to this video.
Watch it again.
But if that happens, we will see you after the next set. But until then, Terramaster and Cursive, we're out.
Bye.